Good evening, everybody. So thanks to some of you out there being very generous with your creations. I've got a bit of a backlog of beer mail to be working through at the moment, so let's do something about that and get a few drunk and reviewed tonight. Right, so first up, I've had a few beers from Dr. Hans, so I'm sure quite a few of you will know his channel already, and I've already done a review for one of them. I think if I have, I'll stick the link up for it in the corner, but he sent me 3 beers and something else as well, which I'll show you in a minute. But yeah, I've been sitting on those for a little while, so I thought I'd get another one of those done before they get too old and lose a bit of flavour or whatever. But the other thing that I was sent by the good doctor was a bottle of Julmust. So this is a popular sort of festive soft drink, basically, from Sweden apparently. It's actually made with unfermented malt, and it does have hops in it, I believe, as well. So it's kind of a yeah, basically an unfermented kind of beer essentially in terms of the ingredients, I think. So I'd expect it to be quite sweet with some kind of hoppy flavour anyway, but I thought I'd just give this a quick go and see what it's like. So the reason Dr. Hans sent me this was I was watching one of his live videos, and I think it was around New Year's or something like that. It might have been his New Year's Eve one, and he was talking about Julmust, and I asked a question about it, and he obviously remembered me asking, and when he sent me some beer mail a little bit later, popped a bottle of that in with it. So yeah, thanks doctor. Let's see what Julmust is all about. So it smells kind of yeah, quite like a cola, or maybe a sweeter kind of Coca-Cola type smell. Very similar in colour to a cola as well, and kind of tastes like a cola as well. So it's more like a I guess for yeah, people in the UK, the best thing I could compare that to is maybe like a sort of sweeter kind of Coca-Cola, a bit like the those of you who remember kind of Panda Pops and that sort of stuff, or even like cola flavoured sweets, so like the kind of Coca-Cola jelly bottles that you can get, or those cola flavoured ice lollies. Yeah, that's actually quite nice for a soft drink. It doesn't really taste like malt or hops to me at all, but yeah, interesting. So yeah, cheers doctor for that. I'll finish that off and then get on to something with a little bit more alcohol in it. So next up we've got one of the beers Dr. Hans sent me, which is his Swedish smash with Boulder Pilsner malt, Moritz 85 hops, which I believe were grown actually in Dr. Hans's own garden, so homegrown hops. And it doesn't say on the bottle, but I think the yeast was a collection of collected wild yeast or something from a yeast company in Sweden, K yeast I think it was called. Yeah, I did look at the video before, but I've managed to forget most of it already, so go and have a look at the link above if you want to see the video for that. Nice label there with another attractive Swedish female on the front, and 4.7% ABV. So let's get this one into the glass. Like I said, it has been with me for a while this, so hopefully it hasn't suffered too much for the time that I've had it, but it's been in the fridge, so nice and cool, and yeah, so should be alright. So I've no idea what to expect from the hops on this. Obviously with Pilsner malt, it's probably going to be a fairly light kind of lagery malt profile, and with the yeast being a collection of wild yeast, again, who knows what that's going to add to it. It could be quite funky, maybe a bit sort of farmhousey or saison-like. We shall see. So okay, on the aroma, it's got quite an earthy, kind of slightly spicy, almost noble hop aroma to it. but maybe with just a little bit of yeah, something a little bit funky on the nose. There's maybe a hint of fruitiness there. Yeah, I kind of get a what is that? Maybe almost like a slightly, I don't know, plummy note on the aroma. But yeah, mainly that kind of earthy, slightly spicy thing, which I presume is from the hops, but there's maybe a little bit of yeast aroma there as well. So yeah, it's definitely got a kind of quite light, crisp sort of Pilsner character from the malt. Quite a dry finish, so it is slightly yeah, kind of the character of it is slightly like a saison, but maybe not with the spiciness on the flavour. And there's quite a tart kind of finish to it as well. It's a little bit of a slightly odd flavour combination, but I guess a lot of that is coming from the yeast that are in this. So yeah, there's definitely a few kind of funky sort of yeast based flavours I think coming through with this. Not getting a huge amount off of the hops there. They're quite subtle. Found it quite hard to find any information on that particular variety of hops, so I was just assuming a kind of yeah, kind of European style sort of noble type flavour profile for them. Yeah, so that's a bit different. As I said, I wasn't really sure what to be expecting with this beer, but it's yeah, it's difficult to kind of place exactly where this is, because it's kind of like a lager with a little bit of sort of funky kind of farmhouse yeast thing going on. A little bit tart, not sour as such, but there's just a hint of that kind of tartness starting to creep in on the finish. Probably wouldn't be the sort of beer that I would gravitate towards personally, but it's going down okay. So thank you very much, Doctor. One more of yours to go, and I'll be reviewing that one soon. So let's polish this one off and then move on to another beer. Right, next up we've got a Fuller's 1845 clone from none other than Rusty Homebrew himself. I've seen a few other people have drunk this one already and it's gotten some good feedback, so I'm looking forward to this. Yeah, I think Rusty was pretty pleased with this and he's going to have a go at redoing it maybe with a few tweaks. I do like the original version of this, so the Fuller's 1845 is a lovely beer. I think it's a bit stronger than this. Is 5.9%. I think the 1845 is that a bit stronger than that maybe? Don't know, can't be bothered to find out now. Let's get it into the glass and see what it tastes like anyway. So lovely carbonation level on it and a nice bit of head. Clarity is pretty good, I think. It's quite dark amber, so it's difficult to kind of see through it, but yeah, so that's a kind of deep red bordering on brown kind of colour. Yeah, very dark sort of amber ale. Oh, there's a lovely aroma off of that. I think this has got quite a bit of amber malt in it, and you can definitely smell quite a lot of complexity in the malt off of that. So it's quite a sweet aroma, but there's some kind of fruity, sort of hoppy notes there as well. Hint of coffee maybe, that might be from the amber malt as well. Yeah, that smells really good. So let's dive in. I'm trying to remember how 1845 tasted. I don't think it tastes exactly like that, but that does taste very nice. It's along the same lines, definitely. There's a kind of fruit cake, deep kind of malty flavour coming through from that. I think is 1845 classed as an old ale maybe, but it's I'm not sure, but it's that sort of kind of flavour profile that I'm getting from this. Good bitterness, loads of body and mouthfeel on it. Yeah, kind of tastes like fruit cake, Christmas pudding, dark fruits, that sort of thing. little bit of a hint of the coffee flavour again. Lovely sweetness on it. I think that could probably be a really good beer to put aside for a while as well, just to let it age. Let all that kind of malt character really sort of blend together a bit. But that's really good. So yeah, cheers Russell. That is a very nice beer, and I'm looking forward to seeing how your further experiments with the recipe on this come out. Yeah, might even have a go at this one myself. So cheers. Okay, so last one for this little trio of reviews. We've got Brewboy Callaby's Purple Cap version 6 New England IPA, 5.9%, and all the recipe details are on here. So it is Amarillo and Citra, all Whirlpool and dry hop. So 100 grams of each at the Whirlpool for 20 minutes at 80 degrees, 150 in the dry hop for 2 days. Then we've got Pale Ale, Marisotta, just shy of a kilo of wheat malt, 650 grams of carapils, 500 grams Golden Naked Oats, 300 grams honey malt, and some maltodextrin in there as well, so 650 grams of that, fermented with WLP066 London Fog yeast. Now I know that this beer has been very much inspired by one of Timmy Jenkins' brews, so as myself, I've taken some inspiration with my recipes for these sort of beers from Timmy, because he is the master of Merc. So I'm looking forward to this, because I know that Mr. Callaby is very happy with this beer, and a few other people who've tried it already have said it's very good. So let's get it into the glass and see how it's going. Okay, so the aroma coming off of that is lovely. Now, colour wise, I don't know how that's looking on the camera, but it has got a little bit grey, so it's always difficult with bottled beers, especially this kind, when they are getting transported, to avoid any issues with oxidation. The colour on that at the moment, let me just hold it up to the light. Yeah, the colour does maybe suggest it has got a little bit of oxidation. The aroma's fine though, it smells lovely, sweet, juicy. Citra hops are pretty obvious in that, but kind of like a sweet, yeah, kind of like orange, like candied orange peel kind of smell as well. Let's get in for a taste. Yeah, so it's really nice soft bitterness on there, lots of kind of juicy, little, mainly kind of citrus type fruit flavours. Very nice. I think maybe the flavour is slightly affected by that oxidation, but not much, I don't think. Mouthfeel is really thick and silky, so the oats and the wheat and the maltodextrin are definitely doing the job there. Yeah, that's really nice. I think maybe it's probably not as good as when it is obviously straight off of the keg, because it does seem like it's been a little bit affected in transport with the oxidation, but that considered, that's a really nice beer. So I think it's maybe just slightly taken the freshness out of it in terms of the flavour. It's probably, the effect is worse, I think, for the colour than it is for the actual taste of the beer for me. So yeah, really nice. Still does taste quite fresh. Excuse me. Delivers on the juice, body, mouthfeel. Really good effort. So cheers, Mr. Callaby, and I'm looking forward to trying the other two you sent me as well. So I've got a couple of other beers, the oatmeal session stout, and oh no, actually I haven't got 2 more beers left, because I drank the other one the other night. Yeah, the pale ale was really good too. So there was a I think it was Simcoe and Mosaic pale ale, was delicious. Didn't do any video because I was quite pissed by that point and decided to drink it then, but that was lovely as well. So yeah, cheers, and yeah, thank you very much for sending these out, everyone. Probably won't do any more for this video because I think I'm going to be pretty pissed after this one, so cheers.
I'm the dude, so that's what you call me, you know? That or his dudeness or duder or, you know, El Duderino.